Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my friends, in this beautiful occasion, I'm gonna tell you and also explain to you about simple present. As we know that simple present is one of the basic tenses that we know. There are 16 tenses and simple present is the first one. Yes, it must be learned by every one of us when we are learning about tenses. Yes. And here we go to the next. I'm gonna tell you about the function, how the pattern is, and also the time signal, and I'm gonna tell you about the rules. The first one, I'm gonna tell you about the function. The function of simple present, there are two. The first one is to express habitual activities that happens or repeated again and again, on and on. So, the example is like this. Adibah always eats 3 times a day. 3 times a day shows us that this activity is repeated again and again, 3 times a day. Yes, this is the example of the first function, and the second function is to express general truth. General truth is like this. Human has 2 hands. So, human as us, we have 2 hands. This is general of truth. Or another example is like this. The sun rises from the earth. The sun rises from the earth. This is truth that everyone knows about this. Yes, and the next one, I'm gonna tell you about the pattern of simple present. Every tenses has 3 patterns. Yes, that's true. 3 patterns. The first one is positive pattern, the second is negative pattern, and the last one is interrogative pattern. And I'm gonna tell you about the first pattern is positive pattern. Positive pattern, my friends, in all kind of simple present, we use verb 1. Verb 1. So the first pattern is subject plus verb 1 as additional S or ES and object. For the example is like I speak English. I as a subject, speak as a verb 1. We use verb 1. No verb 2, no verb 3, no. We use verb 1. Remember. Or another example is like you eat meatball. You eat meatball means you as a subject, eat as a verb, verb 1, and meatball is as object, an object. Do you guys understand? And the next one, I'm gonna tell you about the negative pattern. Negative pattern, we use auxiliary is like don't and also doesn't. Don't and also doesn't. Let me tell you when we have to use don't and when we have to use doesn't. We have to use don't when the subject is I, you, they, we. Remember? I, you, they, we. And we have to use doesn't when the subject is she, he, it. It's a simple pattern. So when I'm gonna tell something that upside with a positive pattern, I have to use negative pattern. For the example, I don't eat 3 times a day. I don't take a shower 5 times a day, and so on. Do you guys understand? That's when the subject is I, you, they, we. But when the subject is she, he, it, so the example is like this. Adibah doesn't eat 5 times a day. Adibah doesn't eat 5 times a day. It shows that this is simple present in a negative pattern key. And the next one, or the last one, the last pattern is about interrogative pattern. Interrogative pattern, here we are gonna discuss about yes/no questions only. Yes/no question. In English, there isn't any word that shows as yes/no questions. To make the sentence as yes/no question is easy when the auxiliary is do or does. We just need to put at the front of sentence. So if we were to ask whether you eat 3 times a day or whether you take a bath 3 times a day, whether you drink 5 times a day, and so on. We just need to put do in the first of sentence. So it's made like this. Do you drink 5 times a day? Does she take a bath 3 times a day? Do you guys understand what I say? Okay, and the next one, I'm gonna tell you about the rules of simple present. There are some rules that here we have to obey about this rule. The first one, in a positive pattern, yes, in a positive pattern, additional s or es. We discuss about additional s. Additional s here. When the subject is she, he, it. So we have to add s at the end of the verb. For the example, as I told you last time, Adibah eats 3 times a day. I don't just mention as Adibah eat, no, but Adibah eats. Not only she, he, it, but the name of person, the name of animal, and so on. Or we just make it easy as a singular person. We have to add s or es in the end of the verb. We have to add s. Yes, it's like eats, works, what else? Sees or drinks, writes, and so on. The next, we have to add es, when the subject is she, che, se, as, what else? Later, I'm gonna tell you. We have to add es. For the example, mix. We cannot say mix, no. It's work, it's wrong. So the correct one is it mixes. Or even we can say, it's like the example box, fixes, kisses, washes, teaches. So we cannot say the teacher teach. Not only that, but the teacher teaches in the school every day. Yes. The next, we have to add ies, not only es, but ies. When the end of the verb is ended by y and it required by consonant. Yes. For the example, it's like cry, try. So we have to change y in the end of the verb become ies. So for the example of the sentence is like this. The baby cries, not cries, C-R-S or C-R-Y-S, C-R-E-S, but C-R-I-E-S. The baby cries in the morning. Okay, the next one, when the end of the verb is y, but it required by a vocal. We don't need to add ies. We just need to add s in the end of the verb. Yes. And the last one is have and has. Yes, it's like do and does, but here have and has. So my friends, when we make the example, the subject is Ayu Dewi, we use have. But when the subject is she, it, we use has. For the example, human has 2 hands. As I told you, human has 2 hands. Has here, because human as a singular person. But when I say I have 2 hands, I use have because the subject is I. Okay, so my friends, the kind of time signal here, there are 2 kinds. Yes, you can see here. Okay, and thank you very much.